Welcome back to this episode of Sticks and Stones, my original creepypasta story basing around Daniel Jones, who is schizophrenic, and you may see some of more well-known creepypastas throughout this story. Though, if you would like to stick around till the end of this series, I will be sharing some very talented authors' own creepypasta stories. Well, let's get right into this creepy story, shall we? Just sit back, relax, and maybe grab some snacks. But this will be pretty short, more than likely. And enjoy the speed paint that I put in for this episode. Danny wasn't fazed. Maybe from how tired he was from waking up at 12 a.m. that morning due to some random nightmare he couldn't even remember the events of now. Danny slowly shrugged, burying his face into the plush white pillows on his bed. Helen watched him quietly, his eyes traveling over Danny's figure. He was thin, but clearly ate just enough. His black hair was now at the center of his back, and the pale pink ends had faded a long time ago. By the time Danny was 18 and Helen was 19, Danny was discharged. He almost missed that cold, quiet, scrawny boy he shared a room with. Danny tried to move on, though he started to attend a course for criminal justice and photography. It was all normal, until people caught wind of his schizophrenia. His peers began to tease him and violently beat him, sometimes to the point of immobilization for weeks on end. Danny slammed the front door to his dorm room, causing his doormates, Isaac and Xavier, to jump. Xavier adjusted his face mask as he stood and began to work on the dishes, since Danny was clearly not in a state where he should be let around knives or glass objects. Isaac, having a test but not caring enough to continue studying when his friend was probably about to do something he'd regret. Daniel? Isaac called out, raising to his feet and walking over to Danny. Isaac waved a hand in front of Danny's face, his Texan accent slipping through every word that he spoke. Bro, you okay? You look like Mike when you wake him up before 3 p.m. Isaac joked as he mentioned the group's last roommate. Everyone just called the large apartment Isaac, Danny, Xavier, and Mike shared their dorm room. It was close enough to campus that it still counted, according to their college. Danny blinked, snapping back to his senses with a roll of his eyes. He smirked, pulling the jacket he wore off his shoulders as he pushed past Isaac. Ha ha, very funny, Danny sarcastically remarked as he flopped onto the couch. Isaac snickered and rolled his eyes, walking to the kitchen to grab a beer from the fridge. Isaac was the only one old enough to drink. Xavier was 17, freshman working on whatever science and biology course he could enroll in, while Danny, he was 20. Just 1 month and you'll be drinking, my man, Isaac called to Danny, earning another eye roll from the younger man. Yeah, sure shit, Danny chuckled, rubbing his shoulder. He told everyone about the bullying once, and he never did again. They all began saying it's because he refused to be an accessory to murder. Like an inside joke. That didn't stop the fact the bruises were always hard to handle regardless. Danny reached out, grabbing the TV remote, switching the TV on as he leaned forward. That night, Danny laid on his back, staring at the ceiling with hooded eyes. The LEDs above flashed in different colors, the black sheets ruffled and wrinkled as he fought to fall asleep. Danny put his hands on his face, groaning quietly. Why can't I sleep? Danny thought to himself. Danny rolled onto his side. The sound of the curtains ruffling near the open window in Danny's room was one of the only things he could hear other than the night traffic around the apartment complex. Danny looked at a framed photo on his nightstand. Maybe he missed Helen more than he thought he did. Danny slowly began to shut his eyes, humming as he drifted off to sleep. Thank you all for sticking through till the end of this part/chapter of Sticks and Stones, an original creepypasta that is still in the works, but you will get to hear each part that has already been written as long as you stick around. So, if you enjoy listening to some original scary stories, some original creepypastas, some of which will not be written by me, but some very talented people over on Tumblr, please stick around and make sure to subscribe so you are notified when the next part or the next story comes out. And I hope you enjoyed the speed paint of this video. Thank you all. And have a wonderful day, night, or evening, wherever it is you are at while watching this. Sweet dreams.